just as important as knowing when to take an entry on a trade is knowing when to not take an entry on a trade. And today's a really good example of that. For me, this price action is no good right here. Price is chopping right here and right here. Instead of moving cleanly off my levels, it's just chopping at them. There's a lot of candles with really long wicks, especially right in here. To me, this price action, it's just no good. And I know now that my setups just, they will not work when price action looks like this. This idea of getting better by trading less, you know, you don't need to trade more, you need to take fewer trades. This is part of that equation. Being able to identify the market conditions and then knowing your strategy well enough to know what market conditions you need for your setups to work, and then having the discipline to stay out when the market conditions aren't favorable to your setup. All of that needs to be in place. And all of that takes time to build up and improve on. So you need to know your strategy, you need to know your rules, you need to be able to identify the market conditions, and then have the discipline to only take the setups when the market conditions are favorable. Because your setup might appear technically in those poor market conditions, and you have to be able to know that that's probably not going to work today. So if you're new and you're still learning, you're still working on your strategy and your mindset, this is probably pretty hard to do, honestly. And it's probably frustrating to hear advice that is something like trade less or wait for a setup to come to you, because sometimes it just doesn't make sense yet. Because I think you need to put in the time watching charts, seeing different market conditions before that advice can even make sense at all. So yeah, just some thoughts. Unfortunately, I did take a losing trade today. I probably should not have taken the trade, but it was before all of this chop started happening. It actually did go in my favor, but it wicked me out on this red candle here first. Anyway, and then I was able to realize that this price action isn't giving me what I need and didn't take another trade. So just some thoughts. Hopefully this helps you.